Hi guys, so as promised today we're going to work on the foam flower forming kit by Crafter's Companion. I was like, I want to say it right, but over here just says flower forming paper, foam should I say, and then obviously we have our dies. So this is the kit that was available on HSN. Let me move some of the stuff out of the way from yesterday. If you guys didn't see that, I love this little card. It is adorable. I rearranged some of the stuff that goes inside of it, but there it is. So if you want to watch the haul video, maybe I'll link it for you guys. It was from a haul video and then I made the card. One thing I want to say real quick, I got a comment, and you guys know I had an old channel that had almost 80,000 subscribers. It was taken down because of an AliExpress haul video. I'm assuming one or maybe a couple of the video. I don't know. YouTube doesn't really tell you. They just say it's done. And when I appealed, they're like, nah. So I recently reapplied because I have over 2,000 subscribers, and they said I uploaded too many of my old videos on this channel and try again next month, which is weird because I'm not going to have any less of the old videos on this channel. But that's fine. So, you know, I'm here. What's funny is they do have me as partner verified, but I'm not a partner yet, at least. But, you know, they got my info and whatever, so it's fine. I guess I've been forgiven, not completely banned, you know. But anyway, a lady left me a message saying, you know, she's tried so many times to watch my videos, but I never finish a complete thought and she's out. I was like, okay. And I just responded like, yeah, I'm a total scatterbrain. Bye. You know, because like, whatever. You know, what's funny, with my other channel, it got really hard to do things. Not that you guys want to hear all about this right now because of this flower forming, and I'll put the time that you can just skip right to the tutorial. But it was a different time for me with my old channel, you know, and I had it for about 10 years and I would squeeze it in here and there with my kids, and then it started getting more popular. I started getting things to review that I didn't even care about, or maybe I did, but then I had to squeeze it in and it was just kind of a pain. So it's kind of nice now. I just do what I feel like. So when I come on here, I chat with you guys. I mean, I did in my old videos too, but now it's just me. It's just what I feel like doing. I'll ask you guys in a haul if I have something that you guys want to see, and you guys are, yeah, I want to see this or that. And I'm like, cool. I get up at 5 in the morning to do the videos because otherwise I have 3 kids that I have to take care of and pretty much function as a single mom because my husband's always, you know, gone with the military. He's been gone the whole summer. And if I'm not done with it in the morning, super early, which is sometimes when I'm doing my videos, like I probably sound kind of like this, and maybe like I just woke up, because I did, to be honest. Otherwise, I'll send my kids to their rooms, or you guys go play upstairs, but be quiet because mommy's gonna make a video, and then, you know, someone's crying, someone's doing whatever. So even though you guys don't hear it here, I hear them right above me because that's basically where my son's room is, my daughter's room. And I'm always keeping an ear out for that. So it's like, I have more important things to do in my life than to be like, let me make this super professional video that's just for me to play with anyway, you know what I'm saying? So thank you guys for watching, for sticking around. If I forget to finish the sentence saying that I went to Michael's, oh, and I forgot what I picked up, I don't care. And I hope you guys don't either. So thanks for watching, and I just wanted to say that because honestly, you guys don't know what people go through in their daily lives. Even people who have like these super famous YouTube channels, they burn out or they have other things going on too, you know? I mean, you can make it your business or your livelihood, I guess. But a lot of them too take a break because it's just like, this is crazy. So like, you don't know what's going on in people's lives. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know what's going on in your life. And I hope when you come here, you hear me chatting. Maybe it makes you happy. Maybe it doesn't, but I'm hoping it does. And if you enjoy it, you know, great. If not, obviously there's plenty of YouTubers out there showing the same stuff. You can go with somebody else. So I appreciate you guys being here. So this is the kit, like I said, that you can get from HSN. And it comes with 2 sets, and you might have gotten this if you are signed up with their subscription box. That has a whole other set, and maybe I'll get it just because I don't have leaves here. This is all flowers. So it came with the peony dies, it came with the lily die, and then the other one has kind of like just like a basic flower. And they are a little different than a flower die or that you might already have. I'm sure you can use the same stuff with your other flower dies and just try it out, but they're just cut into a different way. Maybe you have to add these little things, these little cuts, just to make sure you have very separate petals. You know what I'm saying? If you have any other flower dye that you might want to use that are nesting dyes, you know what I'm saying, where the shapes you can layer it up. It came with the molding ball tools, and I already have a set of these, but this came in the kit, and I think mine are from Heartfelt Creations. Is that the name of it? Oh my gosh, I used to buy, I pretty much had all their initial, you know, flower dies, and well, actually at the time they didn't have dies. They were mostly flower stamps, and then they had the dies, and now they're doing all kinds. I think it's Heartfelt Creations. Anyway, really nice people. I used to go to the expos, and that's where I first met them, and really great people. But I have her set, but they spoke that this is one of the biggest ball tools in this set. So if you have it, that's great. Like I said, this all came in the kit. It comes with like a little mat that helps you kind of roll the flowers to make them look more natural, a little more nice. And then it has a little tool for your finger instead of kind of crimping it with your own fingers. It comes with flower centers, and then it comes with a pack of the paper. Craig is the guy that works with Crafter's Companion right now, that he's been doing a lot of these videos. And when he said what was in the kit, he had 3 sets, and I'm like, hey, did I miss out on one? But I went to hsn.com and I watched the video and I'm like, no, it only has 2. So he probably had an extra one, or maybe it was from the box and he just included it there because it was on his desk. I don't know. But don't feel ripped off if you watch that same video and think it was only 2. So what I'm gonna do is pull out some of this flower foam. I should just get the box, which I am gonna have to go get anyway because I need it for the leaf dies. But they have, you know, and basically whenever you buy it, I think they sell it pretty much the same way. They do have very pale colors, right? So it's like a lavender, kind of like a peachy yellow tone, and then it's more of a yellow tone, as you can see there. This one again is more pinky peachy. This one, I don't know if that was the same. These 2 look the same to me, but maybe. And this one, I don't even think it's white. This is kind of like a light blue, or maybe a seafoam color, while this one's a little bit deeper. And then we have several shades of, or a couple different shades of green, and then white. So there's 4 of the white. So I'm gonna pull out the white one, and I'll pull out one of the green ones because we're gonna make the leaves to go along with this. And I'm using white because I'm gonna go ahead and use some ink to kind of ink it up so you can see what that would look like. But this stuff is really thin. It's not like the foam that you would, like craft foam, you know what I'm saying? This is very different. And it'd be interesting to try the craft foam. I wonder if it would shrink the way this stuff does or completely melt and make a mess. But anyway, and then after you cut them out, you need something to heat them up. Now, I understand you can't just heat them up with like a heating tool, but maybe the heat gun is too hot, you know what I'm saying? It puts that heat on there. I don't know, we can try it out, but when I say we, meaning like you can try it out at home. I'm not gonna try it right now. I am going to use, because a gal mentioned it on here in one of my messages when I got the foil press, that you can use the foil press to melt or to, you know, get the foam activated. I do have, a long time ago, I had one of those little mini irons. It was like Doris brand that helps you like apply rhinestones. And I don't know where that is, or I might have returned it because I feel like it didn't really even heat up. But that's another one you can use because it's just warm enough where it can get this going without melting it. You can use any kind of, Craig and them, they use a regular iron sometimes. They just have it on the lowest setting. So sometimes when they put it on there, it shrinks up really fast. He's like, oh, that's too high. So he brings it down. So you can use a regular iron. Just bring it down to your lowest setting and see if it works. If it doesn't, maybe kick it up a little bit. But you don't need anything special is what I'm trying to say. So even though I'm using the foil press, you do not need the foil press. Now, I'm not going to do the lily because it only has 3 petals. It's going to take forever to build up to make it look really cool. So I'm going to use this one, the peony. And then I'm going to run upstairs whenever I take a little break here. Probably when I go to turn on the machine. Actually, I'm going to have to do it before that because we need our dies cut out. Oh, there I go with my scatterbrain. And you know I'm going to mention that all the time now. No, I'm just kidding. I'll let it go. Let it go. Here we go. All right. So let's say, what should we do? 2 of each layer? We'll punch out 1, you know what I'm saying, 2 of this, 2 of this, 2 of this, just to make it kind of more full. I don't know. So that sounds good. So we're going to take these guys. Oh my gosh. Sorry, that sounds really horrible. I'm gonna put these out for the minute. We're not gonna use any of these other things just yet. And I'm just gonna throw it over here and probably end up having to really look for it later. That's what happens. Okay, I have my Gemini Junior on my desk because, like I said, I had to switch out my Gemini Go because it was like really loud and rattling, and pretty much all of you guys were like, mine doesn't do that. So I'm like, well, if yours doesn't do that, mine shouldn't do that either, especially if it's brand new. So it's getting exchanged. So I have my Gemini Junior plates, and I always have the information here for it, so I'm assuming. What's funny is now that this is purple and this one's you know, just white, she always says don't use 2 black mats at the same time, which would be the magnetic and the embossing. She says, I think those are the 2, yeah, that are normally black, but with this set, they're not. So you have to use one at a time. So either use the magnetic or you use the embossing, but not both at the same time with the rest of the sandwich, right? If you're using everything. And the other thing is, let me know, guys, do you ever put the cutting plate, then you put down your, what's the thing called, magnetic, and then the metal one over it? Because she says to put the magnetic one over the metal shim. But look at this. I hate the way it just divvies it, like just gets in there so tight. But at the same time, you know, you can mark up this plate too. So I don't know. And sometimes she cuts into the metal plate when she has a die that she really wants to be, you know, cut super well like that. So anyway, we're just gonna make up our sandwich, and let me just review this again because now I feel like I'm doing it wrong. You know how that goes. And I always have this, okay, so what happened was I got my Gemini Junior. It was on HSN and they had a whole kit, and then it came with like a little caddy. And if you don't have that caddy, you know what, I would go ahead and pick it up separately because it's really good. So I keep all my plates with it, I keep all this information, everything's there, so it's easy for me to grab. So yeah, so it's clear, and then the plastic shim, and then your magnetic, or metal then magnetic, or you put the magnetic, or you put the metal one on top. I don't know. I feel like these need to layer together though, like this, you know? Oh well, I'm still gonna do the same way she says. And have I ever used this, or what's up? Like, this isn't even cut into. Well, I guess probably because I used the metal one. Eh. It looks like maybe I cut into this one before, so we'll use this one. You see that? There's like nothing cut into. I bet you have the piece of metal there. Okay, so long story short, you're going to put your clear cutting plate, your plastic shim, the magnetic shim, your die facing up, the paper on top, then your clear cutting plate, or the metal plate, then the clear cutting plate. However you want to do it. I put the metal plate down at the bottom just to give me some extra. So you know what? I don't like wasting stuff, but at the same time, especially this stuff, it's not cheap. This is one of the more expensive things that they sell, I feel like. Have you guys checked out the pricing on it to replace this stuff? Okay. So we'll cut out a few of these at a time. So I'm going to cut out 1, 2, 3, and hopefully they don't shift on me. And that one was the bigger one, I'll put it that way. Okay. And I'm just going to turn on my machine and I'm going to run this through. And then we'll do a little inking, okay? Okay, and hopefully you can hear that. That one even rattles a little bit, but not like the other one. Ooh, look at that. Look how it cut into it. And I probably don't even need to use the metal, to be honest, because it's not like it's the most persnickety die. I went ahead and put the metal plate on top. Oopsie, I missed one. It's shifted. What good is a magnetic plate if it shifts? But anyway, okay. So we have 1, 2, and it doesn't matter because it's a flower, hopefully. Maybe I'll make it look a little, I'll cut that myself. But we have our 3 pieces. I'm going to run it again, basically, so I'll have 6 pieces. Remember I said we're going to cut each one out twice. So this time I'm going to just put a piece on its own, and then I'll put 2 more, and I'll be right back. Okay, ladies, so I have all those cut out. One last thing, I went up to get the box, and it's so funny. I'm like, it has leaves. It has this leaf. It has one. But you can do like a leaf spray if you already have any other leaves. The leaves aren't like particularly special. I mean, any leaf will do because you're not really doing anything with it. So I'm going to, I was gonna say, let me cut through 2 of them at one time, but I don't know if it's gonna do it. It cut like butter through this foam, but I might do that. Let me just put that there, and then let's just double up some of our green foam and see if we can get 2 leaves cut out at the same time. So I'm just going to, this stuff cuts so nicely too. It's just fun to cut. It's like, okay. I don't even know if I cut this long enough. I bet you I didn't. Ugh. Let's see. Actually, I don't care if I didn't, because what I'll do is I'll make it so that the point cuts, and then the other part's going to be behind the flower anyway, so what does it matter? Alright, so let's just put this up here. Again, I'll put this metal, oh goodness. Hopefully that doesn't shift too much. And then this guy. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. And then I'm going to go ahead and plug in my full press to heat it up. Start heating it up while when I come back we'll do some coloring, and then we'll get that going. Okay, so they cut out just fine, the 2 layers. I'm going to move some of this stuff so I can, oh my gosh, and that's one thing, they get a lot of static, and that kind of thing drives me nuts. So that's the other thing. As you get older, things just, if it's not exactly the right way, I get a little crappy about it, you know? So anyway, I don't know which side you want to say is up or down. I don't think it matters. But I'm just going to take this, because it already has a pink thing on. I just chose a pink. The Harmony, and that was the quick dry ink. I don't know if this is going to work very good. I didn't want to use the water reactive because I figured, you know, that might not be the best thing to do. Just anything you want to use is what I think to get this kind of colored a little bit. And I'm just adding some color at the tips, and it's probably not even looking that great, but that's okay. So I'm going to go around to all of them and just add a little coloring to the tips. I think if you're like a master flower person and you want to add like just more texture in there, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe even some dots of like something, I don't know, whatever you want to do. People make crazy stuff that looks so real, I can't even believe it, but I'm not that person, so, you know. Like this one came out a lot darker than that first one. And do it on both sides, for what I forgot to mention, because sometimes when they curl up, depending on how they curl up or what happens, you want both sides done. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a dark green and then go around the edges of these. I don't know if we should melt these because I feel like they're going to get really small, but we can still mess with them and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to go around and do this with all of them. Just a little blush of color. Okay guys, I have all my tools here at the ready. So I have all these. We're actually, this is what's weird. We're not going to be using, well we are and we're not, because there's a couple different ways you can treat these flowers. So you can either just round them out. That's what's kind of weird. We'll see. We'll try a couple things. Okay, I have my little mat here. I have my little finger tool thing here. And this thing is hot and it's been sitting there. It doesn't really take that long for this to heat up. So I'm going to put it over to the side, okay? Just so it's not in the frame so much. And of course, in true fashion, like I was talking about, my daughter woke up right now and she's like, I want you. I love you. Like, can I just finish this video real quick? So let's start with the biggest one to see what happens. You know, I have tweezers, but the tweezers actually I have are from the, what's that other thing called? I forget what that other thing's called. You know what? I have this on medium. Maybe it needs to be on higher heat. You see that? It's not really doing anything. Let's put this on a higher heat. Ooh, I mean, it's hot, but it's barely heating up. Okay. Yeah, it needs to be on high. I can see it's kind of moving a little bit, but it's not really shrinking the way I would have assumed. Let's see what happens. I'm going to move it to the side for now. And let's put a different one. Let's use this little guy. See how it makes it move? It's reacting, but it's not reacting in a way that I was expecting for it to kind of shrivel up. Not yet. This thing is really hot. I'm surprised. Huh. Let's see. Yeah, they're still the same. It's not doing quite anything yet, but let's give it a chance. Because in my opinion, it's not really shrinking yet. You know what I'm saying? It looks the same as the other. That's too funny. If I put it in my hand, I can mess with it, but at the same time, I don't want to just mess with it. It needs to shrink, right? So let me show you what Sarah does. Let's say this is hot enough. She takes it and she folds it in half, and she does, you know, a half again and a half again, so that the petals are kind of shrunk up like this, just mashed up together. And then you take your little finger tool and this little mat, and you rub, 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 so it gets kind of messed up, kind of funny. I'll show you. Just so it gives it some texture, it gets kind of messed up. Hopefully you can see that. Let me see here. Ooh. It did take the texture real well. Would it do that without heating up? I don't know. You know? And then she takes the ball tool, and I'll take a smaller one because this is a little... Actually, I'll take this. And if you want to just kind of warm it up, just so it gets a little heat on it, I'm just going to set it here. So then you can take that and just kind of mold your little leaves around it, even though we just crunched it up. So that's what I'm saying. These are different techniques. You can crunch it up. You can mold it around the ball tool. You know, I don't know. Okay, well now it's saying it's hot enough. Let's try that again. See, it just flattened it out. All it did was take away all my good work. That's so funny. I guess you could reset what you did if you didn't like it. But here it goes. Here it goes. Now we're talking. Do you see how it's kind of puffing up a little bit? I'm going to let it sit there for a second, though, because it's not quite doing what I want. But I am going to go ahead. I did like the look of just roughing it up a little bit with this tool. So, see, now it goes. Now it's curling and everything. I guess it just wasn't quite ready. So you need to have it on the highest setting, guys, because the medium did not do anything. So you can pick it up and curve it over itself and then hold it down. And then you take your little tool and you kind of give it a zhuzh. And she does it a lot. She does it ridiculous, like, where I'm like, she's just going to hurt that thing. So I'm going to leave this, well, I'll open it back up, I guess, just so we can see it. So that's how I'm going to make these flowers. I'm going to give them a zhuzh. Maybe the big one I'll try and do a little more with. And then like I said, she'll take the ball tool. So you gave it a zhuzh, it has that little texture, but then you can also take the ball tool and kind of shape it around that. Shape your little flower petals around it. It's hard to see with this one because it's little, but that's pretty cute. Actually, that looks very natural. Ooh, this stuff's fun. I have to make 4 things with these little flowers. You can put them on like a headband and stuff like that would be really cute. Okay, and then again, if you really wanted that middle part to melt, you know, and you just wanted to put it in here, you could do that and just kind of do this kind of thing when it's still hot, and then it'll stay kind of curled up. But since I did a different thing, it's not going to stay curled up. So I'm going to do the same, what you just saw me do, with pretty much all of the flowers. Let me see if these leaves do anything fun. I just don't really think that they need to. But maybe what we can do with the leaves is like, I'm just going to put a few flowers on it at a time because it takes them a second. They don't really melt super fast, which I guess is nice. You have more control. But the leaves, I'm just going to warm it up. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and do this and use this tool to mess it up a little bit. I think that's all I'm going to do with the leaves. Okay. And I'll be back once all the flowers are kind of messed with. Okay guys, you know I don't really like turning on the overhead light just because it's really harsh, so hopefully it looks okay. Hopefully the lighting's okay. So I didn't really use this too much this time, but again, if you just want to give them a little squish just because they melted and you want to do that, that's fine. You don't have to do any of this stuff here. So here we have our pieces. I did make the middles a little bit more pink around the edges because I figure a lot of times flower centers are a little darker than the rest of the flower, but it's not even that noticeable now. And then we have these guys, and I'm trying to see, I think these are the 2 bigger ones. One thing this set did not come with is a poking tool, which I thought would be in the set with the ball tools. And I'm like, I know I have a poking tool. Actually, it's right here. Duh. I'm looking for it, and I'm like, where? It's right in front of me. So I have this one from Close to My Heart, and in there with it, I also have a needle, which kind of helps. But then I remembered I have, obviously, the other side of the spellbinders. So this is kind of a large poker. So maybe you don't want it to be that big, but we're just going to layer this up. So I think what I'll do is, okay, we'll put the large guys, kind of try to stagger them a little bit. You can always play with this later. You don't have to keep it just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of spin it a little bit. If you're going to use hot glue, you know, obviously you want to layer it the right way or however you want it. But let me just keep layering. I'm trying to keep the middles together so this doesn't end up looking like kind of crazy, which a lot of times happens with flowers. It's just too stacked, or the way you put it just doesn't look natural anymore. I'll use this one. Oh, I did trim that one that didn't cut too well. Why is this thing not focusing? I kind of just cut into it to make it look more natural, okay? So I'll put that guy there. And then this one, which is my favorite one, it came out really cute right on top. But see what I'm saying? I feel like these guys are sticking out way more than these other ones. Let me kind of mess with this a little bit. Maybe what I'll do is mess with that one a little bit more in a second. It might be the way I stacked it, but okay. So I'm just going to take the center, the poking tool, and poke it right down the center here. And I'm just going to leave it on there for a second while we... Oh, you know what's really cute though? If maybe this last one, you turn it backwards. You can do that with the last 2, just so that you have a little bit different texture. See? I think I like that better. It looks a little more cute. Okay. And then she has the flower centers, but in their videos they show to use like a little piece of wire to pull it into the center. I'll show you right now what I mean by that. It's kind of pinkish. I don't know what. Let's use this gray one just because I don't know what else to do. Or it's kind of like a green-gray color. So these are double-sided, so you can't just pull it out of this bunch. Okay, we're gonna have to undo this little piece of metal. I don't know why they couldn't include some little pieces of metal in there, these little pieces of wire that will help you, especially in their videos they're showing you. So let's just take, I don't know. I hope it's not too dark in here, guys. I can see the sun. It's kind of fluctuating over here. So we're going to take like 4 of these, because we're going to fold it in half. And I just so happen for some reason to have pieces of floral wire literally just sitting next to me, and it's probably because I had it and I didn't put it away from whenever I used it, you know, a while ago. So I'm just going to cut a piece off. This is like from the Dollar Tree, and it might be a little too thick for this application, but it's what I have. I guess I could go look for some beading wire or something, but let's make it less complicated and cheap, right? So Dollar Tree, you can get some of that little metal that they sell there. It's just floral wire. And I'm just going to, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to bend it. Ugh. While these guys are kind of folded in half. You see how they're in half? I'm just putting that piece of wire right in the middle. And I'm going to try to get it right in the center. Nice and tight. So I just kind of crisscrossed it, like I tied it, but I'm not really going to spend too much time with this. I'm just going to... I do have tools for this, but I don't want to make you guys feel like you have to have a special tool for this. I have all that beading stuff, so I'm just going to try... It's not easy, guys. You know what? We need thinner wire. So since I can't really do it with my hands, I am going to use my beading tools. But if you had a thinner wire, you can definitely do this. I'm going to need both tools. Where's the other one? Oh, that's a wire cutter. Hopefully... These wire cutters kind of don't work that great, so hopefully I can just be gentle with it. There we go. See? I'm just being gentle with it. And it's not cutting through, but it's helping me twist this. Okay. Sorry guys, use a skinnier wire, or if you have stronger hands than I do, that'd be great too. So we made the hole, and that's basically all you need your piercing tool for. And now I'm gonna try to get this right into that hole. Hey, that wasn't hard. Okay, let me let these things hang down here, because now they're getting kind of crazy. All right, now I'm gonna give it a good tug. Aww. So you can see a little bit of that green, and they kind of stick out further than I would think, right? For this size flower, don't you think those things should be a little smaller? But anyway, I'm just gonna give it a little bit more of a tug. That is really cute. So now you have this piece of metal back here, at least the way I did it. You can bend it, you can cut it off, do whatever you want with it. You don't have to put the centers, you can just glue them together like you would any normal paper flower, and then just put your own center, or maybe like a little glitter, whatever it is that you like. But look how cute that looks from the side. That's why I wanted to turn that one backwards. I thought that would be more natural, and it kind of helped out. Remember I told you look kind of weird, like crooked? So just turning that one a different way helped out. If you don't like the way the flowers are situated, just give them, you can turn them because they're not stuck down or anything. You can kind of pivot around the different levels until you're happy. So really cute, not hard. I mean, it came together pretty quickly. It does take a little while with that foil press, so maybe next time I'll use a different type of heat source, but hey, pretty cute. So what I was gonna say is we never even use the leaves. I don't even know where they are. There they are. So let's say we're gonna put this on a paper project or whatever, so you just stick it down. I'm still holding it and maybe you can't even tell. Let me see. Okay. So let's say we stuck it on our project with your cute little leaves just tucked to here and there. I'd probably put them both on the same side because that's the kind of thing I do. But just like that. Isn't that cute? That's cute. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Good stuff. Like I said, just wait for it to go on sale whenever they have any kind of sale on their site, which they have very often, which is how they pull me in pretty much to order every other day, but I haven't ordered anything in like a week now, so I guess that's good. That's good for me. I told myself, no, let's use this stuff and then we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for putting up with me and my, you know, incomplete thoughts, but I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you at the next one, okay? Bye now.